this press conference that we have asked media to hold is regarding the interview of the Honourable Higher Education Minister in his interview with Global Window. We wanted to respond to some of the comments that he has made on the media. So we will start with the issue of the backdoor appointment, the term backdoor appointment that he questioned. Our definition of backdoor appointment is that if any public appointment is carried out without an open advertisement, it is referred to as a backdoor appointment. That is how we understand it. However, they have repeatedly stated that it's not backdoor appointment, so we would also like to know how do they define backdoor appointment? What is their definition of backdoor appointment? Okay, then the next point that we want to address is that the issue of special dispensation. He mentioned about the issue of special dispensation for these regularized employees. So the special dispensation, it can only be applied to employees who have been recruited through the legitimate appointment, that is to the NPAC CAC or through an open advertisement, in which none of this have been done. Okay, so this is above the law. So we want to question if the minister thinks that he is above the law. Okay? Now, if a special dispensation in higher education is done now, then there is chances that another special dispensation can happen in the future also and in other departments. So that is something that we are concerned about. Then, unethical nature. Okay, with regard to the unethical nature of the protest that the minister has mentioned, we agree that we went beyond the time limit, but it was because of the lack of response from the concerned authority. We were waiting for them to come and address us. They did not come. So we waited until they turned up. However, the whole protest was peaceful, and therefore I think there is some ethicality in the fact that we maintained peace throughout the protest, and in the end it was amicably solved. We negotiated with the administrators, and the administrators also agreed to our demands. Okay, we had a negotiation, and so it was amicably solved. So I think there is no unethical nature there. Then the minister also talked about collateral damage. Now, when he's talking about collateral damage, he's only citing for one party. What about the aspirants? This absorption and regularization of the contractual employees, it compromises with both the future of the aspirants as well as the students in the college. So he should reconsider this statement. Then regarding the sanction posts, the minister stated that they have not taken any sanction posts. But if these posts were not sanctioned, then how were they regularized? They were very immediately created and regularized. So this bypasses certain protocols. It takes time to create posts and recruit them. So it violates the very essence of recruitment that is done through meritocracy and open advertisement. Then he also talked about the NSF and the ANGSU, and that he's only going to have talks with the NSF and ANGSU, whom he regarded as legitimate bodies. We are not questioning their legitimacy, but here these bodies are not the aggrieved members. Most of us are MNet, PhD qualified, and therefore the aggrieved members do not fall under their organizations. Then most of the protesters, they are highly qualified and PhD holders, all the qualified aspirants, they do not fall under their jurisdiction. And the minister's selective consultation points to a vested interest and intentional exclusion. And here it is not a matter of distrust towards NSF and ANGSU, nor a rejection of their role. However, the minister remarked that that NSF and ANGSU are the only legitimate bodies, which is problematic, which we find problematic. Legitimacy does not solely lie on the institutional title. It also rests on who is directly impacted. And then when we talk about legitimate bodies, although Ctan is not a registered body, many of the organizations that are registered under Ctan are registered bodies. In fact, that the minister has mentioned, he contradicts himself when he says that he is not acting emotionally but on practicality. Here he emphasized on the contractual teachers who were employed on meager salaries, looking at their welfare. However, we should keep in mind that all of these teachers, whether it's a meager salary or a larger amount of salary, they did sign their contracts. They knew what they were getting into. And so the issue here is not about the amount of salary. The question here is not about the amount of salary. And it is in fact, they are more fortunate than the unemployed qualified aspirants who have not been given the chance to give the exam. Then we also talked about the shortage of teachers. Now, this shortage crisis is not a crisis that is created by the aspirants. It is a direct result of the government's failure to uphold its responsibilities, and the aspirants are not to be held responsible for these existing gaps in the education system. They are in fact striving to fill them through a proper recruitment. Then regarding the proper platform and grievances, over the years, Ctan-Nnqf, Ctan, and many other organizations have sent appeals, memorandums, press release, and have also visited the concerned minister regarding this backdoor appointment issue. However, they were not addressed. Therefore, prior to the protests, all of this series of memorandums and exchange of letters and visits have taken place, and therefore the protest was the last resort. So we would like to also question what is the proper platform then after this. Then we also find that the ANGTA has united to call the ANGTA, the All Nagaland Government College Teachers Association. They have called for solidarity from their faculty and their students on Monday for a protest to show solidarity to their absorption and regularization. We have also seen a notification that was circulated by the Science College principal, signed on 17th April 2025, informing the faculty and students to join the protest at Directorate of Higher Education on Monday, 21st April 2025. So here we find that there are some forced consent. We feel that there is some manufactured consent, and the students are also being used as shields to protect the employment of some teachers, which is questionable. Then the minister also mentioned, while describing the reason why they absorbed the contractual appointments, talking about your welfare, and he also mentioned that whether qualified or not qualified, that is not the main issue. That is what he said, whether qualified or not qualified. The issue is, that is a very a huge concern. When he says whether one is qualified or not, is a huge concern, because when we have to give CSE, one has to qualify MA Net. You're not eligible to sit for the exam if you're not qualified, right? So that's one concerning issue. And also the other thing is that the issue here is not whether someone is qualified or has been teaching and has years of experience. It is the mode of appointment that we are challenging. It has not been held through the CSE exam. So these are some of our concerns and some of our responses to his interview.
Minister does not want to meet us. From our side also, we are not interested in meeting him. We're not at all interested in meeting him. What man Kwanishna, man ki demand dishi, to he answer to me. Tagi lok paule, tagi jana kutha pule, ku interest pun man. Jana man ki demand was government ki kwaze 17 December ladu order to revoke kruwe. Aro jiru kru lage to. Aro 2016 pichide appoint kure kan 06/06/2016 pichide appoint kure hangidu jiru livi agide Kwanishna kina hona teacher crisis ho, teacher la crisis itia exam hang iku disturb kulu no tangi remove kudu pana ho ta la appointment clearly likhina ase ta 12 months karne ase aro itu time de utu post kan do NPSC wa feel na ai jabuli pare do teachers kan FA ko student FA ko la question iku bi nai tare aro agide rule number NPSC rule number 9/4 clearly likhina so post kan do 12 months agide retirement naho agide rule hisab ti do NPSC de patha bolagi itu han pura follow kurisi bole do teacher crisis ki tebi na thakbo aro post sanction post nai wase post creation grebi to sanction post jesu ita post sanction tan creation gredo creation should be sent to NPSC for open examination aro ita mal itu all Nagaland all Nagaland Government Teachers Association kan aro Kohima College la principal hambra circular day ase date 21 de sob mano ahina office la bahar de itu appointment do observe kole garne support dibi guna di ase sabi itu la de the minister is saying that if we are continuing on Monday people are having vested interest ko ase mane politics khilule man tok tuna kule bale se man peacefully protest kore se itu student gan ahile ki ho outcome bi ase no hoy pichide hule mo ita bi kwase jodi ki incident hule the concerned minister will be responsible. Okay, of course from our side we will be very peaceful. Hule bi student gan ita graduation kore ka tang khun gorom dage jaina ki hoise bole do tai responsible hule mo to direct straight kwase mande man bi kwanishna peaceful bole se mande dibi aro I want to make an appeal. Amahan will be example like Naga Mothers Association will be man kuredo amnian hotai pratna kure theke nijola pachangane. So this time man ekta movement kure je ahina mange support dikhabi na ama baba han will be moni to appeal kore mola side. Noile to this time la regular hui jaisi bole to department alag khanu sob line de je. Backdoor appointment hangi regular kule la line de je. To kane itu hole na diuli gane abne sob ke appeal kore je 21 de ahina mange support dikhabi guna abne ke appeal kore je.
This case against the backdoor appointees from the NPO side was filed in 2018, right? Now we took all the subjects, all the departments together. However, in 2022, based on the court dismissed the case, not based on its merit, but based on maintainability, meaning that there are certain technicalities that we have to address, and then they gave us the liberty to refile again. So in 2022 December, we refiled the case again, taking into account all those technicalities, where one of the criteria was that if I'm a sociology student, I challenge the sociology post. If it's political, with the right qualifications, you are challenging your respective posts. No? So 2022, the next petition started. We categorized them into qualified and unqualified posts, and then further petitions were filed. So this is still in court. It's been dragging for a very long time, draining efforts and resources. But this is still in court, and they don't seem to have come to any. We don't think it will reach to a verdict very soon. So the protest is another form of addressing the issue.
Acha, arobi ta kole mun dhana do. Sorry, 2024 day last year government order ta wala shu. तो वो तो ऑलरेडी क्वासे गवर्नमेंट सर्विस ग्रेड 1 to grade 4 दे कौन 2 साल तो काम करेसे इतो हंगे ताला इको क्वालिफिकेशन गन ताला ड्यूटी हन साइना वेरीफाई बना कौन ये रेगुलर ग्रो परे रेगुलर ग्रो बना ऑर्डर तासो आरो स्क्रीनिंग कमिटी भी फॉर्म करना है गवर्नमेंट रा तो सब डिपार्टमेंट kan la employees kan to contract employees kan 2 साल काम करे खन ला डॉक्यूमेंट्स kan भी वेरिफिकेशन प्रोसेस ती जासो तो it to be done 2016 la to ban of contract appointment la to base guna banana se to tan nijo kina na duita order to bypass karo paro sa do na 2016 de 06016 to ban of contract appointment ase itula hisab te aro eta order relation last year kon government service to 2 साल ऊपर होइसे तांगिला documents kan ta la performance kan sagila regular go lage kan do regular go di na government na order diche तो वो तो बेस रा कमिटी सेटअप करसे कमिटी दुइटा में रिपोर्ट भी प्रेजेंट करना है तो गवर्नमेंट के तो किना होना है तो स्पेशल केस एकता इतो होंगे अचानक प्रपोज क्रिएशन गुना रेगुलर ग्रुप तो कितना भी होली नहीं तो और बच्चों में आगे दे कोलिशन इतो पारिश बोले अलग डिपार्टमेंट का भी लाइन दे से तो इतो बेस करना सब रेगुलर हो जाएगा और मिनिस्टर इज सेइंग दैट 2 साल 20 साल का काम पूरे हां लगता है we are not demanding the termination or the ito 10-15 years kam kure hangi kwala duman 2016 pichide appoint kure han waso tala kande du kusai dulu mo se moi au man ji ule kuro tahi ki kule se kudi we will do what we can
directly call WhatsApp circular in support of 147 contractual appointee. I don't know how far it is true, but if it is true,
order is already out.
Okay. The order is also, I think that is a dangerous move by the government side. Instead of doing justice, it's like they're adding fuel into fire. So I just want to remind the government, don't play with the innocent life of our students. They don't know they are innocent, so don't play with their life. And also, at the same time, I request the students, don't join that protest. Instead, join us. We are fighting for you. We are fighting for your future. Actually, we are making ways for you. So instead of joining your enemy, join us. It will be a beneficial one. That's a message from our side. And at the same time, we also once again appeal all the right-thinking citizens, parents, and all the aspirants to come and join us so that we will achieve our demand will be addressed.
Si moi kwadishna bishi sal kam growing idu mo masu na mambi manu se tandu man sal serve kuje thik ase aro mambi government law order ta thaki bole do law lander de so na to government law order hisab te man mangi so government bai order disu June 2016 pichi do backdoor appointment na kuru de na tambe order disu to kutu base te ma basu itula pichi de appointment rando NPC de patai at the same time tam teach kuri thagi ki college te se teach kuri thagi hulibi taiga la post to NPC de patai bi aro kitya advertise ko exam dina exam ra hamra utu post ki pai go itu is de there are a good number of people who are appointed after 2016 hardly charta pasta post olai it is nearly 70-80 posts 2016 pichidi na it's nearly 80 rough prag was it one advertise kule kiman benefit ho manu